to 277 broadcast, where myths bleed and meaning walks barefoot through the desert. When I first watched Dune, I thought I was witnessing a classic tragedy. A noble house betrayed, a son exiled, a galaxy in flames. Oscar Isaac dies like a king. Jason Momoa falls like a warrior. The Harkonnens are grotesque, monstrous, undeniable. And for a moment you want revenge. You want justice. But Dune doesn't give you justice. It gives you a lie. A lie so old it feels like prophecy. A lie so well crafted you almost believe it's yours. Because Dune isn't about noble houses or distant planets. It's about how power infects belief, and how belief builds monsters that smile like messiahs. Paul Atreides isn't Luke Skywalker. He's not chosen by the stars. He's a genetic weapon, a religious glitch, a political seduction. And he knows it, yet he lets it happen. Why? Because he's afraid. Because he's human. Because it works. And because the wave is already rising. And it's easier to surf a prophecy than to drown in its consequences. The Bene Gesserit aren't wise. They're methodical. They plant hope like landmines across galaxies. They wanted control. They got a god. The Fremen aren't revolutionaries. They're believers. Proud. Desperate. Starving for a symbol. And Paul gives it to them. He becomes their Mahdi, not because he wants to, but because he doesn't stop it. And in Dune, that is worse. That's the brilliance of Dune. It seduces you like myth. Then it strips you bare and shows you the wiring. The prophecies are engineered. The savior is an accident. The wars are marketing. The faith is manufactured. And the future? The future is genocide dressed in sacred robes. You think you're watching a messiah rise. You're watching a weapon assemble. You think you're feeling hope. It's just spice hallucination. You think Paul will save the galaxy. He can't even save himself. That's Dune. It doesn't argue with you. It lets you fall. Fall into belief. Fall into prophecy. Fall into the comfort of the chosen one myth. And when you hit bottom, it whispers, you were warned. Subscribe to 277 broadcast. And remember, the desert doesn't care what you believe. It just takes.